YouTube, what it do, baby? Bad Guy Jackson back into the building. And today for y'all, I got a tier list. And today's tier list is the GOAT, NBA GOATs tier list. Now, as you can tell, I'm probably big basketball fan, big basketball addict, so I think I know what I'm talking about. But this list is fully my opinion. Let me say that again. But without further ado, we're gonna hop straight into the video. Let's see. For a tier 5, I'm gonna put Bob Lanier on there. Bob Lanier was a good player in his time period, to me. But looking at everybody else on this list, I don't think he's with everybody else. So I think David Robinson is a tier 5 compared to everybody else on the list. David Robinson, to me, he's a great player, don't get me wrong, but he is overhyped as I don't know what. He's a great player. Top 10 power forwards of all time, but he's overhyped as always. I can't remember these two names, but can't remember their names, but I know how they play. The dude from the Hawks, and isn't this Havlicek, or how you say his name? But those are some great players. I remember seeing some of Havlicek highlights. He's a great player, but compared to everybody else on this list, he just doesn't go with the flow. And that does it for tier 5. We're gonna move on to tier 4 now. Tier 4 player, to me, what I'm looking for, a Jerry West. Jerry West was above his time period. He won so many rings with them, but he was above his time period. And Wilt and Bill revolutionized basketball in so many ways, but the thing is, they were taller than everybody. So I mean, you post a drop. Wilt post a drop 100 when you what was he, 6'11", 7 foot? He supposed to drop 100. When we play on some 6-footers, you supposed to do that. Bill didn't have no competition. I know he got, ring, what was it, 11? Can't fit it on all 10 of his fingers. You got to put some on his toes. But they revolutionized the game of basketball in so many ways. But that, like I said earlier, they are ahead of that time period. Another tier 4, I'll probably say Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley is a dominant power forward. A dominant one. But he just never won a ring. That's why I can't move him up in the tier list. And that's probably my reason for Charles Barkley. Another tier 4, George Gervin, Iceman. He was that dude back in the day. But looking at everybody else on this list, he is a tier 4 type of player. We're gonna put John Stockton on tier 4 too. John Stockton, he is one of the greatest passers of all time. Played defense, leads the league, not lead the league, but all-time steals leader, all that. But he still didn't win a ring. Him and Carl didn't win a ring. I mean, just plain and simple. You gotta win a ring to move up in the list, in my opinion. And that might do it for tier. That might do it for tier 4. So go ahead and move on to tier 3. A tier 3 type player, Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade, what is he? I'll probably say top 5 shooting guards of all time. But compared to all the other players on this list, I think he's a tier 3 type of player. He started going downhill. What was it? He started going downhill after LeBron left. It's LeBron, you know. So, I mean, that's self-explanatory. But Dwayne Wade, one of the greatest shooting guards of all time, in my opinion. Let's see, another tier 3 type of player. Clyde, the Glide, Drexler. Clyde, he's probably one of my favorite shooting guards. He reminds me more of like a DeMar DeRozan type of player. He does all the stuff. He played for a smaller team, so he didn't get as big of a recognition. But I think he's underrated in my opinion. Clyde Drexler is a dog, a flat out dog. But looking in the basketball mind, compared to everybody else on this list, he's a tier 3 type of player. And Garnett, the big ticket. Aggressive. I love the way he plays defense. Kevin Garnett is a dog. Is a absolute dog. You can't say nothing much about it. I mean, he just a dog type player. He definitely deserves to be on this list of top players to ever play the game, in my opinion. Dirk Nowitzki, the German Jesus. This man, he probably is the greatest power forward of all time. But Dirk, I don't know. Dirk is a shooter. Dirk is a dog. I ain't gonna lie. Dirk is just pure, like jumpers wet, all of that. Dirk definitely deserves the hype he gets. He is one of the greatest power forwards of all time. He is a top 3, if not the greatest power forward of all time. But yeah, let's see. For the last one on the tier 3 type of player, it's probably going to be Scottie Pippen. Scottie Snotty Pippen. Scottie Pippen is an all-out dog. Scottie Pippen is a top 5 small forward of all time. Quote that. Put it in the history books. He is a top 5 small forward of all time. And that probably does it for tier 3. Now tier 2, let's see. Alright. Now tier 2 is going to be a lot of players on here. Tier 2 is going to be a tough tier 2. Start off tier 2. We're going to put Hakeem the Dream. Hakeem the Dream, the drop step, great footwork for a big man. Top 5 big man of all time. Top 3 big men of all time. Not Kareem, I'm tripping. But Hakeem is an absolute dog. I like Hakeem, but I think he's a tier 2 type of player. Other tier 2, Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson's a dog. Greatest handles, probably top 2 greatest handles of all time the league has ever seen. He was an absolute dog for to be 6'1". I can't say nothing else about that. That's just an absolute dog right there. Let's see. Dr. J. Julius Erving. Julius Erving was above his time. I like Julius Erving. He was an absolute dog. The scoop layup under the rim, that was an absolute dog. But he's a tier 2 type of player. Karl Malone is a tier 2 type of player. You want to know why? It's not because of his rebounding. It's not because of his athleticism. It's not because of his scoring. It's because he never won a ring. That's the only reason I got for Karl Malone not being a tier or a GOAT type of player. If you won a ring, he would definitely got that. But he could even win a ring with the not all time, but greatest team of Lakers if you put them in their prime. Another tier 2 type of player, Larry Legend. Larry Bird was an absolute dog. He'll pull it in your mouth, then talk smack to you. Larry Bird was a dog. He was a dog. No way around it. No way above it. No way below it. He was an absolute dog. But he's a tier 2 type A player. Another tier 2 type player is Stephen Curry. I know for the people that know me, I'm not a big Stephen Curry fan. I don't know. Steph Curry, he's the one, probably the greatest shooter of all time. But when the world needs him most, he vanished. So that's why he a tier 2 type of player to me. Another type 2 tier, definitely Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan, the big fundamental. Tim Duncan won rings. He done all the stuff he needs to do. Tim Duncan is definitely a Hall of Famer. He is in the conversation of being the top power forward of all. He's in the conversation of being the top power forward of all time. Him and Dirk Nowitzki, Kevin Garnett too. But to me, Tim Duncan, big fundamental. He's a tier 2 type of player. For another tier 2 type of player, Oscar Robertson. I know Oscar Robertson was ahead of his time. That was the Mr. Triple Double before Russell Westbrook ever came around. Oscar Robertson was a dog. Ain't no way around it. You could not stop the man. But Oscar Robertson was ahead of his time. And that does it for tier 2 type of players. Now on to the GOAT, the greatest point guard of all time, in my opinion, Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson was a dog. Ain't no way around it. That's the triple double walking right there. Anytime you needed a bucket, he'll get you. He'll down you up. When he'll jump and pull it in your mouth, he'll dunk on you. He'll block your shot. Whatever you need, he can do it. He is the greatest point guard of all time. Now, for the greatest shooting guard of all time, I say it's a tie. I like Michael Jordan better as a shooting guard, but Kobe definitely is behind him too. Kobe not copied the game, but tried to perfect guard. He tried to make his game more like Michael's, even though he wasn't as athletic as Michael towards the end of his career. Kobe and Michael, they're like this. I say they're neck and neck, but I'm still taking Michael Jordan over Kobe. The greatest scoring small forward of all time, definitely KD. KD, a 7-foot monster. He will pull it from anywhere on the court, anytime, anywhere. He's 7 foot, but when he jump in the air, he'll be 9 feet in there. He don't even have to jump to dunk it for real. Kevin Durant is the best scorer to ever play. He's not the best player. Now, I have a tie for both centers, Shaq and Kareem. Shaq, to me, is the best center of all time, the most dominant center of all time. You cannot do nothing about Shaq. He's 7 foot, 300 pounds. You cannot do nothing to stop the man. That's a force. That's a force you cannot mess with. Now Kareem is the greatest scoring center of all time. You cannot do nothing to stop that man. When he's in the paint, he's getting a bucket every single time. So that's probably my 2 reasons why they both GOAT centers. Now, the greatest of all time. Y'all know it. LeBron James. I know y'all gonna hate. Michael didn't play against the Warriors. Never played against one of the greatest teams ever assembled. You know, he's 3-6 in the playoffs. He's 3-6 in the finals. Who has been in more finals than him? Oh, y'all gonna say Michael Jordan got 6 rings. Back then, nobody came out about the West besides the Jazz. the Lakers when they were old. That's it. I mean, he lost in the first round to Detroit, the Bad Boys. That will do it for the video. Thank y'all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what y'all want more down in the comments. And until next time.